Hello, my name's Edward Russell and this is a video blog with my thoughts on the latest album by Pet Shop Boys called Super, which was released a week ago. I did one of these vlogs about 2 years ago on the Röyksopp album and it was really popular, and I've been meaning to do another one for ages and haven't got around to it, but this feels like an appropriate choice and maybe I'll do yet more. So I used to absolutely love the Pet Shop Boys, and then I had a period when I stopped loving them. I completely fell out of love with them, probably around the mid-90s, possibly for about 10-15 years. And I don't know why, I don't think they did anything wrong. Their music was still great, but it just wasn't connecting with me anymore, and I found a lot of it, their irony I felt became a bit of a parody, and it just wasn't for me. But you know, I still appreciated what they did, and I'm aware of their musical, and the odd song I connected with and thought was great. But when they released Electric 2 years ago, I think it was, which is apparently the first of a trilogy to be produced by the incredible Stuart Price, whom I'm a big fan of, I was interested in them all over again, and I love Electric. I went to see them live, and they were every bit as incredible as I'd hoped they'd be. So I was really excited a few months ago to hear that there was another release on its way, and awaited Super with some anticipation. The first thing I heard was the Buzz single, I suppose you call it, called Inner Sanctum, and I was immediately disappointed, partly because it felt like it was perhaps more of a B-side or a remix, as they would have done, or something that would have been on an album like Introspective or Disco, and I didn't really massively connect with it, but who knew what was coming around the corner. So I waited the next release, which was Pop Kids, and again I really wasn't very keen on it, and I was starting to feel really disappointed because I thought that's 2 songs I've heard now and maybe this album isn't going to be for me. I've now heard the whole album. I heard it when I was on holiday and listened to it probably about 4 or 5 times now, so I'm reasonably au fait with it. And it's an album of 2 halves for me. Where it's good, it's brilliant. There's a few songs like Sad Robot World, Into Thin Air, Say It To Me and Burn, which I think are up there with their absolute finest. They're really strong songs, great vocals, great lyrics, fantastic production. I think Into Thin Air reminds me a lot of the stuff that Stuart Price did with Madonna. On Confessions, there's a song called Let It All Be, which is very similar to it, and I really, really love it. There's a couple of songs that don't quite do it for me, the Pop Kids being one of them, and it's grown on me a lot, but it's still missing something and I can't quite put my finger on it. It's like they're trying to achieve something that they're not quite getting. It could be the retro 90s thing. I mean, when Jess Glynne does it, it works, and I don't know why that is. Is it because she's younger? I don't think so. It just feels a little bit half-assed with Pet Shop Boys, which is unfair, but it's as if they've gone less is more, but actually needs just a touch more to achieve that. And there's songs like Undertow almost are good, but I feel they sound a bit demo-ish. Undertow could do with slight improvements to the lyrics, and some of the musicality is not quite there for me, and you know, I know that everyone will agree with me, but that's my opinion. And then I think the remainder songs I found really quite bad. Just reminding myself now, Groovy, Pizzo, just don't seem very good songs to me at all, and again feel like demos or tracks that might appear on a remix album. That's okay, but it's just a shame when the rest of the album is so good, and Electric was so good, that it doesn't quite match it. One of the songs that does stand out is The Dictator Decides, which is such a strong, brilliant Pet Shop Boys track, and they've really hit the nail on the head there. But then you counter that with Happiness, the opening track, which I find quite embarrassing and cringeworthy. And it's really funny looking on social media, because some of my friends really, really love it and really connect with it and think it's a 10 out of 10 album, and I don't. And I'm not the only one. I'm seeing a few other opinions like that. So I suppose overall they've still got it. I'm not quite sure what they're trying to achieve. Did they rush this album out because they have got the concerts coming up at the Royal Opera House. Possibly not, possibly this just isn't entirely for me. It's not a bad album, it's not up there with Electric, and certainly not up there with songs like albums like Please, actually, or Very, or Behaviour, for me. I don't know if you found this interesting. I don't know if you agree with me. You might think I'm a complete prick, but I suppose you can use the comments box below to tell me exactly what you think. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Cheers.